Oh no, it's an ex-mine vehicle. We got rust on every bolt. Another one of these valve cover bolts at the back. Drums, we're spraying, soaking, this, that. We're gonna do a few other things, but every bolt, remember from the other video you've been watching, that bolt doesn't belong there, put that there. You know, just a bit of rust around the joint. So we've got to give it a spray and a soak and a tap and a knock and a, let's get the bloody heat going. We did all this last time and it didn't work anyway. Well, just like last time this happened, there's the result there. Right, bloody half a bolt. That's a time waster, isn't it? That's right, another ex-mine vehicle, another broken bolt. Well, there's not a lot you can get in there and do, really, while the cover's on there. But we tried, and now this is what we're left with. Looks just like the other one, doesn't it? Who watched the other video? What did we do last time? What worked in the end to get that out finally? We're going to do all the usual stuff. At the moment, it's soaking. I like the soaking. Next, I'm going to dry it up and get some heat onto it. Really get it nice and hot. Yeah, by the time this video comes out, you can put in the comments, what would you do? Thinking about going to buy a can of that freeze spray. There's some freeze spray. Apparently it works really well. Never tried it because I've always found another way, but I feel like I would need to be the test guinea pig on that. But anyway, let's have a really close look at it because people love to have a nice close look at that. Looks like rust slurry around it, doesn't it? Hey mate, so that I can get to that and work on it, can you take these two bolts out for me, get this bracket out the way? Well, if those, let's see if those bolts come out, huh?
Yeah, I don't want no more issues though.
Well, at least they came out. No more drama. There's a song like that called No More Drama. Yeah, showing the age now. Was that back in the 90s? So look, it's turning. I just want to show you a bit more info. See, the hole actually goes through. And probably won't be able to get it to focus, but you can just see it is slowly coming up with the vice grips, but I've got to go absolute maximum stretch. Lucky I've got strong hands to close those grips, because if I back it off a little bit, it just slips. Yeah, anyway, so people say just weld a nut on top. Problem is, it's taking that much force, weld a nut on it will just break off again, and then you've got nothing left. Doing it this way, you get to keep what's there. If I was to weld a nut on there and it snapped, we've got nothing. At the moment, we've got what we've got to work with, and as we keep wearing it down, it wears us down, we wear it down, and eventually it's going to be out in a minute, or half an hour, whatever. Very slow process, like I said. If you weld something on there or whatever, it's so tight, it's just going to snap, right? So sometimes it turns. We're working it back and forward, up and down, lubing it up, heating it up and all that sort of stuff, taking a break, swapping people. What's this going to be between us? About 3 hours, 4 hours each? No, in total 3-4 hours. So probably spent, what, an hour, hour and a half each? Just for one little bloody bolt. Ridiculous. Anyway, we'll continue, see what happens. All right, so we mucked around for ages. There's a lot of different ways to do these things, but you've got to be here, and what you probably understand is, well, let's have a look at all the bolts first. Actually, too late now. I'll try and remember to put a photo in the video that I took, because I've already cleaned them and put some grease on them. They're looking better now. They're not looking good, but they've been cleaned up a bit, lubricated, and there's some grease on there, and they'll go in. But this was the bolt that broke off anyway. And we can just RTV that in the back of the valve cover. Make it look good, yes! Make it look good for you. Anyway, look, all these studs, they came out as well. We had to get the nuts off those. They were stuck on. Lucky we got those off. We had to re-tap the head. We had to clean up the threads on the bloody studs. Put grease in those, blah, blah, blah. There's no end to it. A lot of extra work. The bolts were ridiculous. Anyway, a lot of people, put in your comments what you would have done to get that out. All right, that's cool. You can go ahead and do that, but like I said, you can weld a nut on there, but then you're back. We already had a head of a bolt on there and it didn't come out, it broke off. So if you weld a nut on there, it's just going to shear off again, right? This is the problem we've got. Let me explain. So We heated it, we lubed it, we did all these things, we knocked it around, and we got it turning. And we actually probably got out, what do you reckon, about a turn, two, 3 turns, mate? 2 or 3 turns over 2 or 3 hours anyway. Big waste. Look, if we got it out, I'd be happy to go, yes, we did it. But I'm not happy because guess what? We didn't do it, and that's what we're left with. And I'm going to let you know the options, the solution, and we'll wrap this one up, and that's a video, right? So we've got a bit more cleaning up work to do here yet, but we're on to it. So what we need to do, if we do let's say we had enough stud to put 2 nuts on there or to weld something on. Like I said, it's just going to, wherever you weld it, creates a weak point next to it. It's just going to shear off next to it, right? It was a bolt that had a perfectly good head on it, and it sheared off, right? So basically that's what's going to happen again. So what we need to happen is, when we turn that when we heat it and it starts coming out, we need to feel it when it stops again. And that's what it was doing for me and for both of us. It was turning a little, it was really super hard to turn. Like literally we had to put the vice grips on there. We've got a few different sets of vice grips and kept changing around and whatever. And like really sore hands, a lot of clamping, tighten, loose and turn it around a bit, pain in the butt. But there was no other real way to do it, besides pulling the head off the engine and taking the head out, drill it out. In the end, we did do the easy out thing. This is the, call it brand new. It's been here for a while, but this is the brand new set of easy outs. Much easier to get bigger bolts out, right? You can see the little one, drilled it. See the end there? Snapped off in there, right? Way tighter than any easy out's going to get out. You got no idea, right? Because everybody's got all the, oh, just do this, just do that solutions for us. And maybe I should have gone and got that freeze spray, and maybe it does work really well. Let us know. Anyone use that? I mean, does it really work that well? Because I'm tempted. Next time I'm shopping, I'm going to keep an eye out for some of it. I probably haven't got any because it's probably a big rip-off, for what it is. Let me 30, 40, 50 bucks a can or something, I'm going to guess. Anyway, what are we going to do now? Well, I think the valve cover's a bit over-engineered, and as much as if people crack them, they leak, I'm pretty sure we've had jobs come in at least once where there's one of the bolts missing at the back of the valve cover and there was no leak, right? Now, you see where I'm headed with this? It's a hard plastic cover. It doesn't really flex that much. If you've got a bolt over here at this corner, which we will, and another one here, I believe it's firm enough, there'll be enough pressure on a fresh gasket that it wouldn't leak for at least 10 years. Okay, I'm confident it wouldn't leak. But just to be sure, so we're going to have this one bolt missing, right? I've just chiseled it off flat. There's a flat surface there. There's an easy out embedded into the middle of it. It's making it really difficult to drill because I tried Nick's size up, and you know what? In the end, I went, you know what? It's got to end somewhere. We wasted enough time on this. How do you charge for hours wasted and we didn't even get a solution? Even if we did get a solution, how do you charge for that? Well, the answer is green boxes and boxes of Great Northern Super Crisp, maybe a bit of extra folding. I don't know. Look, I don't know. It's a hard one, right? It's just a waste of time. It's one of those ones you just sort of lose on, if you know what I mean, but everybody loses. Anyway, but that's fine. I'm not complaining. What I'm going to do, when we got the gasket and the valve cover, I'm going to just put the super lightest smear of RTV, and it's going to go from halfway between these 2 bolts and halfway between those 2 bolts, right? So along the gasket, from here along there to about there, just to help it on the bottom side of the gasket in case there was any risk of oil coming out. That'll solve it. The other thing I'm confident of, even if we didn't do that and we put the cover on, it's not going to leak. And if it ever did, let's say it started, 5 years down the track, I'm confident that I could run a bead, just like you run it's like corking up, just like you put in your shower, anyone ever, grouted a shower, tiles, grout, and then you put your bead of silicone in the corners and that. See where that dark coloured line is along the back of the head there, where the dirt stain is? I'm confident that if I ran my finger with some RTV along there, get a bit more along there, and around there to about here, that the RTV would seal up between the head and the valve cover, and that I could wipe off the excess, seal it up. You wouldn't even know it was there. But we're not going to do that at this stage. That's a plan B if it was to leak, but I pretty much put my money on it. If it leaks, I'll fix it for free. There you go. If this leaks, I'm going to RTV fix it for free. That's the guarantee. And I'm sure the client's not even going to hold me to it anyway, because he's going to probably appreciate the time we spent on it and, these things happen. I didn't take it out mining, right? It wasn't, I didn't do that. I've just got to deal with it. Although we said it at the start in the other videos. So he's put in the text message, he goes, oh, your favourite ex-mine vehicle. Right, well, there you go. Anyway, we're going to clean it all up. That's going to sit there. We're even going to get the old bolt, and I'm going to put a bit of RTV on that. I'm going to sit it in the back of the valve cover just to make it look good, okay? You'll be able to pull it out again, but then it'll just look the part, won't it? Beautiful. There you go. That's the video. That's our drama for today. There might be some more videos, but bada bing, bada boom. Hit the like button if you don't want to miss the next one. Subscribe, turn the bell on. See ya.